like to welcome everyone to Season 4, Episode 2 of the Blowing Shit Up at FU Radio podcast. This podcast is the first of many video podcasts which will be shown on Mixcloud and YouTube. The first venture in the video consists of a conversation I had with Jay Negron and Tom Moulton. Please remember to visit my website on www.wfuradio.com and please email me with any comments you may have. Also, if you would like to participate in one of the shows, just email me at blowingshitup@gmail.com. Now sit back and enjoy.
Joe Sal's thing went nice last night. There were about like 40 people on devices.
That's good. I mean, his stuff is, you know, a lot of people don't know who Joe Sal is. I've known him for 50 fucking years when he first started playing.
Did you see the post?
No, what the post? No.
You sent me the picture of Joe Sal, so I made a post.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And somebody said, Leviticus, what? I was there this year. I said, yeah. And another person said, yeah.
So they hired Joey like to mix the music up a bit. Mm-hmm. You know, not just all
the
Ohio play. All Ohio, no, it wasn't even the Whispers. All the Ohio players are like, they didn't dance to anything. So I'm there one night, and it's a pretty crowded dance floor. And then they all walked off. He played a record, and they walked up. He said, and I said, okay, you got to fuck with these people now. He said, I got the record. He played Frankenstein.
Listen, I used to work at Pegasus, so I know the crowd. I know that crowd. All black crowd.
Yeah, but they didn't like any intermediate music. It was a specific kind of music they like, and it wasn't dance stuff.
No, well, Pegasus was different then because they didn't like the disco stuff. They liked the Whispers. They like I was there in '81.
Oh no, he was there in '74.
Evelyn King, General Morgan. You know, they liked it, the 115.
Yeah, but that was later on. I'm talking. He was there in '74, '75.
Who knows what they like there?
No,
I know. I went to Leviticus in '74.
It was the hardcore club.
One time. It was a hot club. And the song that he played, that I don't know who was spinning, but whoever played there, he played LaBelle, What Can You Do For Me? And the place got torn up. I was like, oh shit, this came out a month ago. Yo. He's playing it in prime time, and he played it in prime time, like 1 o'clock, and everybody danced to that song. I was like, oh shit.
No, if he was playing there, you would have wanted to know who the disc jockey was. You would have went over and looked. And if there was a white boy there, he would have stuck out because he was the only white guy in the whole place.
The black guy.
Yeah, so he wasn't him.
Yeah, I was there. I was the only white guy in the place.
And when I went there, I was the only white guy besides him. We were the only two white guys in the place. I just laughed. I thought it was hysterical. Why the best of friends would hire him, but he couldn't. He couldn't reverse it.
That rings a bell. What is that?
They were promoters.
I don't remember. Who was their main DJs?
I don't remember. But it wasn't the Uptown guys. It wasn't Starsky and those guys because Starsky was doing all the drug stuff in Harlem, like that started at 2 o'clock in the morning because I used to go up there at 3 o'clock in the morning and there was maybe 20, 30 people in there. By 5 o'clock in the morning, the place was packed.
I like soul in my music. You know what I mean? Like last night, I played it at that place yesterday. And, you know, I just keep the soul in there. But who knows if they like what I play? You know what I mean?
Well, that's the benefit. That's the benefit of playing in a club as opposed to playing on either radio or on what you do. Because you don't see a reaction. You don't know what the hell you're doing. When you're at a club and you put on a record, man, you see that reaction. And you know what works and what doesn't work.
I like when I'm at the club doing a crossfade and they're screaming in the middle of the crossfade. I can't even hear them scream, but I hear them scream. I hear like, oh, but I'm concentrating on the ear. To the end of the mix, that's the shit. That was good. If they screamed before I finished it, that was good.
Okay, but that's you because you learned that years ago. The kids that play now do not know how to do that. I hear it on the crib how they play.
They don't play? They don't play like that?
They don't play to get screams? No. I'm saying they get screams. there's an art to getting screams out of people.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's
and
what you try to do, you know?
exactly. But these kids don't do that. First of all, most of them don't really work in a club.
Because I remember Francois said something one time on one of his podcasts, and it hit me. It hit me vividly. This for all us people that do podcasts and all this and that. And Francois was like, hey, people say I got a lot of listeners, but the excuses that I get from people that don't show up, if you want me to continue to make a commitment to come on here and play the music for you, then you have to make a commitment to come in here, log in here from the beginning and commit. You have to do that. I can't do it for you, and I'm not going to continue if you don't.
You know what? I agree.
I was like, oh, shit.
No, I agree with that.
It's true.
But I'll tell you what I would add to that. You have to have a specific time, and don't alter the time. Have a specific time that they know they're going to block out this time to listen to you. Because if you go on one Friday at 7 and another Friday at 9 and another Thursday at 10, that's all over the place. You want a patched day.
You want a steady time.
Yeah, I'm on the third Sunday every month, X time.
He don't. For him being a DJ, he's all over the place, right? He has to travel a lot, so he doesn't give a steady time. But whenever he's home, he's like 3:00 on Sunday. 3:00 on Sunday, always. But he spins for like 5-6 hours at 3:00 on Sunday. So it's like, you want to be there, you gotta.
Now, is he playing live or is he using memory?
Live. Playing live, and it's called. See, when you're spinning, and you know this because you're doing it, and we have muscle memory doing it. Okay, like during those days where you're doing it every day, you could come in the middle of the night, you know what to play, you know where it is, but you don't have to figure out the equipment. You don't have to figure out, because a lot of these people that are DJing now, they're maneuvering the equipment because they're not used to the equipment. They're not used to where this goes. They're doing it, but they're not 100%. They have to be extra careful maneuvering to get the buttons right. But he don't have to. We didn't have to in the old days. All our mindset was about, what am I going to play next?
Yep.
That was the mindset. That's what 90% of our mentality was about. What am I going to play next? My mental's not like, how am I going to get the echo at the end of this song? Or how am I got to do the edit, the next thing. How am I going to, what button am I going to? No, it's about what song am I going to play next for this crowd here. That's like a DJ heaven. I know what the equipment is. So I like, what song am I going to play next? What song at the Playhouse? What song are you going to play next? My mind's 80-90% devoted to the music and not the exercise of doing the shit, No,
it should be. The music it's all about the music.
Right. So but when you're DJing free flowing, like, you don't know what you're going to play next, and you got a whole bunch of music and you got the dancers, then you could fucking live, man. That's when you could fucking live and fucking take them there, and they take you there, and you take them there. That's when that give and flow comes in. That's free flowing DJing, free flowing. Everything don't have to be on a beat. Everything don't have to be on a phase. Everything, no. You know what I mean?
No, it doesn't. Nope.
You're playing the music.
Listen to me. I always said this. Everybody used to say, you're a DJ, blah, blah. No. I'm a conductor. I'm conducting something. I have the music and I'm putting it together. I'm not a DJ. I'm a conductor, and I'm getting a reaction from what my bands are doing. And that's what I thought about this. Mm-hmm. Think about it. You are a conductor. You're nothing else. That DJ bullshit. I mean, DJ bullshit, you're going to give it a name? That's somebody on the radio. That's a DJ. He's on the radio. But you're doing more than that. Because that dish ain't doing nothing but playing what he's told to play.
You're coloring the room. You are coloring the room.
Yeah, but remember, a disc jockey on radio, he ain't doing anything. He's playing what he's told to play in an order that he's told to play.
Oh, yeah, like Dan Ingram.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they had a playlist, they played it, and that was it.
The order, they had the talking between, they had the commercials, and then when they put on the playlist a song he liked, you should have seen his reaction. The first time he played Evil Ways by Santana, because he went to be a 45, he says, man, I've been playing this song for a year. This is a great song. I'm happy to introduce this song. He says, it's about time they played this song.
Listen, I met Dan Ingram a few times. He was a phenomenal disc jockey. Not a program director, but a guy on the, just like Crocker. Crocker was not a good program director, but he was a good disc jockey. Two different animals.
He was a good program director, Frankie Crocker.
Oh, he never, come on, he stole everybody's music. Come on, that's not a program director. Program director is a guy who comes out and says, I'm going to play this. He always had to go somewhere else to find what was being. Why do you think Larry threw him out of the garage?
I don't know.
Because he was
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he threw him out because he was taking his music.
Not taking the music.
He was listening to the music and then putting it on BLS and it said he found it. And Larry had an ego.
What's wrong with that?
Larry's ego is wrong with that.
That's wrong. That's his problem. Frankie didn't do nothing wrong. Frankie heard a song at the garage. He wants to play on the radio.
Well, my question is, with all the music that Crocker got, he got a ton of music. Why didn't he find these things himself?
Your microphone.
I have it.
We can't hear.
Now you got it. Talk now.
What's wrong with you?
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Look how cute you look today.
Nice shirt, Tom.
Tom, you look cute.
Nice shirt.
Cute. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Cute.
All right, you look like shit. How's that?
So flush me.
All right, let me come over your house. I'll be over there in 5 minutes. Go ahead, suck on that stuff, bitch. Go ahead. Sucking that shit down.
Big and black, and it's full of Java. Just like my music. Big and black.
You're such a pig. You're such a pig.
All right. Come on.
Okay. What does that say?
Core Power.
Elite chocolate. Okay.
Elite chocolate.
Listen, here's what I want to ask you two guys. I mean, I have my opinion of it, but I want your opinion from taking the two different perspectives. When did club guys really start having that influence on radio? Now, I know it didn't happen before like 1972, because that's when Francis and all those other guys were playing music, but it didn't have the impact on radio because radio still didn't play the stuff. You know,
the thing that I noticed first was where people became aware of me is "Do It Till You're Satisfied," because that was the #1 record.
It was the #1 pop record?
Yes.
Okay.
And our #1 R&B and #1 pop.
And when did that come out?
74, second half.
And when did Rock the Boat come out?
73.
Mid. Rock the Boat?
I thought Rock the Boat, the Rock Your Baby, Rock the Boat come out around the same time.
Summer 74.
Okay, so 74.
Summer 74.
So the influence that club guys had came about in the 74, 75, where club guys playing music influenced DJs on the radio,
right?
Play music,
but see, neither one. My record that the "Do It Till You're Satisfied" had my name, like I mixed it. So that's when radio stations became aware somebody was mixing something. I mean, that opened the door for everybody else.
Well, I don't look at it that way. I look at when they started putting our records on the chart.
Well, that's later then.
No, that's earlier. That's Love's Theme. I'm talking about Love's Theme.
When did the Love's Theme come out?
74.
And that was the #1 record before.
That was the #1 record in the pop chart. And Rock Your Boat, Rock Your Baby, 74.
I'll give you another one, Fly Robin Fly.
That was later. Because during the time, Save Me was out.
All right, when was "Do It Till You're Satisfied"?
The end of 74.
And you tell me Fly Robin Fly came after that.
Oh, that was in 75. In 74, we were running Save Me by Silver Convention. It was on a 45. You remember that record, right?
Yeah, but Fly Robin Fly we put out before Save Me by Silver
No,
Convention.
Save me, I'm falling in love with you. That song?
No.
That's The Secrets. That was on
I'm talking about Save Me by Silver Convention.
Convention.
That went by Silver Convention.
Save me.
I'm falling. That's exactly what I was singing. You
But
said
that's not that song, though, Tom.
Then why are you singing? The song you were singing is the same thing I was singing.
Okay, Tom.
But no, wait a minute. But that's not the song you said, right?
That's not the song you were singing.
Save me, I'm falling in love. That's not the song.
Dun, 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 with the violins.
Exactly.
That's Silver Convention.
All right. What? Okay, Silver Convention.
Silver Convention. The group started off. We had an import by Silver Bird, right? And then it went to Canada, and they changed it to Silver Bird Convention.
All right. What was that? I was asked that.
Midland picked it up for the United States and just changed it to Silver Convention.
All right, who was the girl? I edited a single, and it became a #1 record here by Penny something.
Penny McLean.
Penny McLean.
Lady Bone.
No, I edited that record for the single.
Okay, the record's bad. We hated that. That was like funky time.
But wasn't it a big record though?
It was a big pop hit.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big pop hit. I didn't play it.
So some of those white jeans kicked in.
Penny McLean used to be in Silver Convention.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I thought. Yeah.
That came out in 75 and all those records. Fly Robin Fly.
When did all that shit with Carol Douglas happen? When Midland was forced to put out my record.
75, 76.
75.
Because I was working
75.
at the time.
75.
I was working.
Doctor's orders.
Yep.
I think that was a great record. I really loved that record.
But Doctor's Orders?
Yeah.
It was all right. It's like a bubble gummy kind of, 130 kind of thing. But it was commercial. People loved it. People loved that galloping.
No shit. Why do you think I made it loud like that? Come on.
I never heard your mix, Tom.
The one that came out is my mix.
Doctor's Orders?
The original, you got the original acetate?
Tom, the one that came out when you went and bought the record.
The other.
It was not yours.
No. The one that BLS was playing in the beginning and the DJs were playing, because I made like 15 acetates.
Okay. But nobody heard them after that.
Okay, so
I know, but that was.
Let me get back to my original question. So you're telling me our influence, and our meaning the guys that played music in clubs, really started the end of 73 to beginning of 74.
I'd say the end of 74 into 75.
And before
radio.
I want to know how I influenced guys to play the music that I was playing in the club. So you're telling me 74.
I couldn't. I was young. I was 18, 19, 20. So I didn't know about my direct influence. I did notice, there were big labels that pushed their records like Rock the Boat. Once they saw they had some traction, they got a little extra push from RCA, right? And the same thing with TK. They started pushing their Rock Your Baby, right? They started pushing it. And of course you heard them on the radio, and Barry White had 20th Century pushing. But when I really noticed when they played When the Fuel Runs Out on the radio, I said, whoa, Executive Suite didn't have no big label pushing them at all.
Polydor's a big label.
Babylon?
No, Polydor bought the Babylon.
Yeah, but when it was on Babylon, it was nothing.
It was Babylon in the beginning.
But
it was playing on the radio.
That's all Baker Harrison Young. You do know that, right?
Huh?
That's all Baker Harrison Young.
Well, When the Fuel Runs Out?
They did that record, yeah.
Yeah. Tom, who are you talking to? On the record, it says spiritual advisor, Bunny Sigler, right under Baker Harrison Young on the label. When the fuel runs out. I was like, holy shit, Bunny Sigler's on the fucking record too.
That means he's playing the organ or the piano too. Playing one or the other.
Yeah, probably. And when Stan Watson says spiritual advisor, Stan Watson, what did he do?
All right, let me ask you something. Listen, when did the Jacksons really? They're in the '60s, the late '60s. The Jacksons, correct?
No, Jacksons came out in 1969.
So that's the late '60s.
I mean, that was the latest. Their second single came out in 1970.
Okay, when did their third and fourth single come out?
1970.
In the '70s. Were you playing any Jackson 5 records in the? Well, you weren't playing them, but I was playing Jackson 5 records in the '70s.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, so that preceded "Do It Till You're Satisfied," "When the Fuel Runs Out."
Do you know who's playing? You know who did the tracks on those songs?
Who?
The Crusaders.
On all the
Stop the Love You Save, all those early ones. That's all the Crusaders. Crusaders did the tracks for them.
See, so I'm positive that this whole club thing, record thing, radio thing started before "Do It Till You're Satisfied," before all that stuff.
All right, I'll give you an example. You know what record started in?
Give an example.
All right.
It wasn't "Love You Say."
Hang on in there, baby. The discos played, and then the radio got.
That's right. Hang on in there, baby. That's true.
Now, what year was that?
74. Same time as Rocky Baby, Rock the Boat.
And same time as Shame.
Shame was 75.
Okay,
But early 75. It was before Shame.
I want you to listen to me.
I'm trying to think of that Jackson 5 record.
That we played in the clubs before the radio got it?
The cover had a car on it.
Moving Violation.
But there's a hit song on there. Was it Moving Violation? Today. Yes. What year did that come out?
75.
It wasn't before then?
No, it was like August 75. It was like the later part of 75.
I'll tell. What about Curtis Mayfield?
What do you mean? What about him?
It wasn't before moving up. It wasn't before 74.
That was way before 74.
Exactly, and that was a club record.
All right,
but wait a minute. It didn't make the radio because of the clubs. It made the radio because they had a hierarchy in those playlists. And Tom will tell you, it has to make top 10 R&B before it get considered to be on the hot 40.
But
up there, and Curtis, the impressions were constantly top 5 R&B, not for the clubs. They come out with slow songs that you couldn't dance to, you know.
Listen, how about the Isley Brothers? I know no freak. How about what's his name? Baby Huey and the Babysitters. I know that was earlier, and I know clubs played it first.
Yeah, but the radio never crossed over.
I don't care about crossing over. I'm saying, what influence did we have getting it on radio? Whether it be R&B or pop.
Never made the radio.
It made R&B radio, of course it did.
Listen, you have to know something.
Made number 32, 33.
It doesn't matter. It made the radio.
Didn't hit
Bill Wardlow did it the right way. Because a lot of stations wouldn't start playing it, and he realized that like I'm going by the Gloria Gaynor record now, the single. Polydor dropped it. It was over. It was done with. Okay. Then my version came out of the song.
What song?
And the radio. The first one. What was it? The Jacksons record.
What
Never
song?
Can Say Goodbye.
Oh, the Gloria's version.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was over with. They weren't working it anymore. So Billboard put in ad. Bill Wardlow did this. He says, "Well, he says I know how to stir the pot," and he put in and said, "How can a record sell 10,000 copies a week in New York City and not one radio station is playing it. Can somebody explain that to me?
Yeah, clubs.
Well, that's the point. That's the point he was trying to make.
Clubs, not radio. I agree.
But the point is, radio then paid attention. Frankie Crocker was one of the first guys to really be influenced by that.
But after the clubs.
But this is what I'm saying, of course.
Yeah, after the clubs.
So I'm saying the clubs had more influence in that period of that, in that short period of time, than we give recognition to. That's one of the reasons why Savarese is so pissed off at everything. Because here's what Tommy told me. This is years ago. He said, "You know what? I'm breaking records. You're breaking records. We're all breaking records. We ain't getting no money. These radio guys are breaking records, and they're getting a crap load of money. Shouldn't we get our take?" And I said, "Tommy, I'm 22 years old. I didn't think about this payola crap. Now I do. But before I didn't know. Neither did you. So to keep going back to thinking we're going to make money, it didn't happen. You know what I mean? He is still fuming that he didn't make a ton of money on the music he played in the club.
No, he got a problem.
Yeah, and radio guys made a lot of money.
But that's what all kind of what do you call it? Entertainment areas. The basketball players now making so much more money than they did 20 years ago.
I agree.
He sounds like Charles Barkley. Oh man, these guys are getting 45 million. I'd be glad to get 45,000. He's a little pissed. But Savarese shouldn't be pissed. No, he had his chances. He had opportunities.
Hey, remember, Charles, if it wasn't for Magic and Bird, you wouldn't be making crap. They made you make the money. Exactly. Nobody else. Those two guys made you make the money.
Yeah.
Without those two guys, there's no NBA like it is today. None.
No, what did what's his face send you that remix of Madonna he did?
Who?
The guy up in Bronx.
In the Bronx?
Yeah.
Send it to me.
To you, Jay.
Oh, to Jay.
Send me a Madonna mix?
Ron Ellis. Didn't he send you that?
He sends me shit every week, man. I haven't listened to his last 4 things. Send me shit like fucking crazy.
All I know is I don't understand the record at all. I mean, he did a nice job what he did, but
he did?
I thought so.
Yeah. It was a Madonna record?
Yeah.
Which one?
I never heard of it before. It's a contest they're having. They're going to I don't listen to that shit. Give me Borderline. Everything after Borderline sucks. So.
I don't like 90% of the stuff that she did. I don't like.
Borderline. I love. That
was like the first hit.
No, that's
in 2006 was nice.
Holiday, then Borderline. Holiday, then Borderline.
I hated Holiday.
So did I. I left that tape deliberately at Sigma, New York, hoping it would be trashed. But I told everybody that their taste was right, because I hated that song so much, I didn't call Warner Brothers and tell them that
no bass
tape was there.
Holiday.
What the fuck is that all about?
Yeah. But look, it rhymed and had a hook. And she had a number 1, and it went right after her last number 1 and made number 1 again. But I think they knew this guy Patrick Leonard. He'd come with a real sing along.
Yeah, but I thought he was a good producer.
Yeah,
well, he was good. He was good producing her.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
When you can find a producer that can get the best out of an artist, got to keep that producer.
I agree 100%.
Who was the great producers at Sigma?
Gamble and Huff.
No, when Sigma was sold, and then Joe had to buy it back because they defaulted on the loan. You got the studio back. I mean, it really changed. I mean, the room changed. Even I did redid the Christmas album there, but I didn't really care for the room after they changed it.
What year was that?
It was in the early 90s.
Oh. So nothing changed between the 70s and the early 80s, right?
No. Joe sold I think he sold it around 83.
Because they had a lot of good producers, Tony. They had Johnny Usry. They had Bobby Martin. They had Norman
Bobby
Harris,
Eli,
my
Bobby
favorite.
Eli.
You think Norman Harris is a good producer? What does he produce? That's. Tell me what he produced. That's fabulous. Tell me.
Dr. Love.
Doctor Love is
Armed
come
and Extremely
on.
Dangerous.
So what's the matter?
Come on. Those aren't hit records. Give
Are
me
you
hit
kidding-
records.
Are you
They're-
fucking kidding me?
When he says
Armed and
hits,
Extremely
he means like
Dangerous?
No, I
over
mean hits
20
like,
million sold.
I need hits like Holiday, Borderline. That's a hit. That
Okay.
is not-
20 million recs, million
Armed,
sellers.
Armed and Extremely Dangerous was a gold record. Smarty
Hey.
Pants was a gold record.
Those are disco songs. They're not good songs.
They're great.
You really think Smarty Pants is a good song?
Big time.
Big time good song.
Big time good song. Smarty
Yeah.
Pants, Armed and Extremely Dangerous,
All right,
Nosy
yeah.
Neighbors,
All
The
right,
Player.
The Player, those
all
were all
that shit.
big records. They were
Yeah,
all
Okay,
big
they're
records.
real big. Okay, real big. Real big compared to what?
You played them.
That don't mean they were big because I played them. I also played Marvin Gaye. Who had the biggest songs, Marvin Gaye or Smarty Pants? Which is a better song?
Well, you're talking about What's Going On?
Yeah,
Oh, well, What's Going On is the better song.
way better song. Not even close. Not even the same stratosphere. I think Smarty Pants and all those things on Bell Records. Okay.
You can't, you can't underestimate the public
Bell was a good label,
because
too.
they'll throw a hook on you every time.
Mm-mm.
I mean, just
Remember the song by Crazy Elephant, Gimme Gimme Good Lovin'?
Gimme
Yeah,
good
Bell.
love. And that was the best bubblegum
Dun, dun.
record I've ever heard. I mean, that's fucking cool.
It's not as good as the 1, 2, 3 red light, man. Come on.
Oh, give me a break.
It's a bubblegum song.
1, 2, 3,
Chewy,
red light, chewy.
Sugar Sugar.
Yeah, come on.
I like it when Julie London sang, yummy, 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 I got love in my tummy. I couldn't believe that she would sing that song, and that was the cover of her album, Yummy, Yummy, Yummy.
Who is it? Are you really?
Julie London.
She sang that. Oh,
She sang that song. I couldn't fucking believe it. Look it up. Look it up. Good Julie London album, Yummy, Yummy, Yummy. You won't believe it. But she sang it slow. Yummy,
They're like Ethel Merman doing disco.
Oh. When they asked me to mix that, I said, look, that would ruin my career, period. There's no business like show business. It's so funny.
Well, you did I Love New York.
by who?
Metropolis. Tom did.
That's different. Those were the
Not
girls.
different. Same Shramsy.
I'm sorry, it was the girls. It was the sweethearts. Was I
Just
gonna
because
say
they did
would
something
I
doesn't
say-
make it gold.
Would I say no to them? No, absolutely not.
Yeah, I know. I love New York.
Oh, God.
God. When I heard that shit, I was like, God, no.
Bob has to make a living. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
But Jay, when you do it, it's go, I love New York. You got to put the feeling into it,
I like the Jay-Z version.
The Jay-Z version.
State of Mind, New York State of Mind.
That's a different.
I thought that
animal.
was Billy Joel. I mean,
No.
New York
State
State
of-
of Mind.
The New York State of Mind. I would like to bring up a discussion that I had with Denise Chapman. She believes that Marvin Gaye was the best of the singers at Motown. I disagreed with her, and I would like to ask the two of you about your thoughts on this subject. Tom, Jay, take it away.
He was a stylist, He was a stylist.
What he did, I think Marvin Gaye, died too soon because I think he would have changed it again.
You see,
Because everybody thought, after he left Motown, he's going to go downhill, and then out comes Sexual Healing. I couldn't buy that fucking record fast enough.
let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you a story about, and this is the true story. When Sexual Healing came out, I had a test pressing from CBS, and I played it. I thought it was a good record. The general manager of Kiss, the guy Barry Mayo, just came out from Chicago, calls me up and says, listen, I got this record. I don't know if I'm going to put it on. I said, what record? He said, Sexual Healing. I said, you're out of your fucking mind. I said, put the fucking thing on the turntable. He said, nah, it's not good. He put it on the turntable, and the lights at Kiss fucking lit up like a fucking Christmas tree.
I can imagine.
And I asked him, I said, where did you learn about programming? You don't know shit about music. Nothing.
The minute I heard that record, I went, what the fuck is that? And then I said, it almost sounded like Marvin Gaye. And sure enough,
It was Marvin Gaye.
it was Marvin Gaye. No, and I kept saying, that guy gets you every time.
And Columbia came out with that 12-inch promo, right? The long version. That was never on the 45, never on the album. People were fiending for that long version, even though it wasn't long.
No, it was
like a really important part. Like the intro might have been 16 seconds long. The end might have been another 16 seconds long. It wasn't no important parts, but it was the long version, and it sounded nice on that big 12-inch. The bass came out.
I know, but
it was nice.
He died much too early. I think he had a lot more.
You know what? We were talking. I was telling Denise she feels bad that he died early, but I said, listen, Janis Joplin died too early. Right. I said Jimi Hendrix died too early. There's a lot of people.
Did I tell you? I was over in Europe when she died.
Who's she?
Janis Joplin.
Oh.
And then it came on the news and everything. And then, they were talking Swedish. And he said, so I'm asking this woman next to me in the hotel, because we didn't have TVs in the room. We had to go down to the common room. So, so he's speaking Swedish. And then I said, what is he saying? Just what is he saying? And then he's saying, well, this is just the interview she did several months ago when she was here. And we're airing it now. And so, and then they're talking to her, and they said, what about the drug? Fuck the drugs. I'm saying, oh my God. I said, fuck the drugs. I don't take drugs. Well, it's a lie. But I mean, I just was like flustered because this nice woman was next to me translating. And I said, I'm sorry, I'm a little embarrassed, blah, blah, blah. And they said, well, isn't that the way Americans talk? And I went, uh-oh. I went, uh-oh. No, and she said, self-expression, there's nothing wrong with it. And I went, okay, well, here. I said they wouldn't allow that in America.
No, they wouldn't. No, I wouldn't.
Fuck the drugs. And I'm like, good thing I wasn't holding my coffee.
But you want to know something? She might have been able to get away with that on Dick Cavett's show. Because Dick Cavett let a lot of stuff slide on his show. Remember when he was doing this show? Because he had her on the show. He had Hendrix on the show. He had a lot of those people on the show, the Dick Cavett show. And I was thinking the Motown guys, the one that he brought up, which I think is good, is David Ruffin. I love the way David Ruffin sang.
So do I. I like the way Eddie Kendricks said too.
I'm going to tell you somebody. I'll tell you. I also mentioned the lead singer of the Four Tops.
Eli.
Yep. And my favorite Temptation is Dennis Edwards.
Well, mine still just said his name, Eddie Kendricks.
Mine's Dennis Edwards. Dennis Edwards could sing his ass off.
Well, so could Eddie.
Yeah, and they both had the same problem. They were cokehead oh God, to the max.
David Ruffin was worse than all of them. He really was.
Well, according to Denise, Marvin Gaye was worse than all of them.
No. David was. That's why he got thrown out of the Temptations.
I heard that.
Is that why Eddie Kendricks got thrown out of the Temptations too? He's a big druggie.
Eddie started to slip a little.
How did we slip?
Did you see the Temptations movie?
No.
They dramatized, how they got together, and it was like a 3-hour movie. It was good, but they got David Ruffin in the crack house. He's paying. Now I got to hear the keys to my car. All right, give him another 50. He took his car. He goes, "Oh, I got these tickets to the Temptations." How much of these were? They took the tickets and went, Yo, this is for last night. He missed the whole concert. He didn't go in the damn.
I got it. Speaking of Temptation, I think this is a great story. You know, you want to hear where the white people sometimes get ahead of the blacks? So when the Temptations record first came out.
Which one?
The very first one, The Way You Do the Things You Do. So they were going to perform in a stadium that night in Detroit. And they had the choice of going on first or last. And they go, well, you know, this is only a local band, you know, big deal. So we'll go on last. And of course, the local band was Bob Seger.
Oh.
And he did Ramblin' Gamblin' Man. And the Temptations said, that's the biggest mistake we ever made in our lives, is following Bob Seger.
He has a great show, Seger, man. He has a great show.
No, but that guy is so fucking great. I don't think a black person has a chance next to him. I really don't.
You know what? I just started
I love that song, Ramblin' Gamblin' Man.
You know, everybody does.
You know, I just got into Bob Seger recently. He had a shitload of hits. I mean, a lot of hits.
His best album was the one he did in Muscle Shoals called Against the Wind. The album is so great.
He used all the Muscle Shoals. He used all them musicians, right?
Yeah, Jimmy, and all of them, yeah.
Is he in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Oh, you got to be fucking kidding. He is? The Bob Seger system, it should be the...
Is Three Dog Night in there?
Yeah. Three Dog Night should be in there.
I'm not sure they're in there. You know,
no, they are.
That was the biggest fucking, that whole thing, you know, with my favorite one. The one that left first. They threw him out.
Chuck Negron?
Yeah, Chuck Negron. Oh,
your brother. My brother.
Praise Allah. I mean, no, those guys were so fucking good. I mean, you just...
They really were.
I mean, they were great. I mean, I doubt any black group could stand up to them. I really mean. I mean, they really, they just killed me.
You know, I'm going to tell you another band that I just been getting into a lot. I used to like them, but I'm getting into them at the Allman Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, let me tell you something. Not good. There were no bands that could stand up to these guys. These guys were fucking
great. But, you know, a lot of them died, you know, in the plane crash. You got to remember, too. So.
Well, when they did a story on them, and the whole thing changed when Dwayne died. I mean, Dwayne was that good of a guitar player. Man,
oh, I know.
He was 15 years old playing with the big boys, and he was kicking their asses.
And you know who helped produce those albums was the guys from Muscle Shoals.
Well, they were all the Southern. They were all the Southern guys. Yeah, they're all the Southern guys were doing that. It's the same thing with Skinner. And if you think about the guitar players that they had Dickie Betts. I mean, they had great guitar players in that band. But this is what I'm talking about. You see, Jay, you know the band, the Allman Brothers. Are they a great band?
You know what killed me?
That's me.
I'll tell you what killed me when I was
like Jessica.
But the point is, most black kids wouldn't know the Allman Brothers if they didn't over the baseball bat because they were never exposed to it.
Who's Jessica?
It's a song that the Allman Brothers did.
Oh, anyway, when they inducted, what the fuck is the name of the group?
Three Dog Night?
No. Eric Clapton.
Which time? He got nominated 3 times. He's been in there.
When they did "Sunshine of Your Love."
Oh, that's with the Cream.
So anyway, the 3 of them are up there, you know, and all of a sudden they go, down, 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 and it sounded just like the fucking record. I couldn't believe. Boom, put it on the drums. He had, you know, these fucking drums. I couldn't believe it. Unbelievable. 3 guys. Ginger Baker. I know.
If you think about it, they're probably the first band that had 3 pieces that sounded like 500 pieces.
I know, but I mean,
they were just listen. Had the best bass guitarist, the best lead guitarist, and definitely the best drummer at that time on one band.
No fucking kidding.
Not even. And nobody was even close to these guys, but they were fucking crazy. That's why they broke up. And think about all the bands Clapton was in. Clapton was in the Yardbirds, which is another great band.
Yeah, Heart from the Soul.
Jimmy Page, Jeff Beck were all in the Yardbirds.
I know.
Boo Boo.
And Boo Boo. Where was Boo Boo? What band was Boo Boo in?
Boo Boo's over there.
And what band was Boo Boo in?
I don't know. He's not in any band. It's the Doghouse Band.
The Doghouse Band.
Mr. Bojangles Band.
You know what?
Nitty Gritty Dirt Band.
You know, I'm going to tell you something. We're not done yet, but this is going to be easy. I'm not going to have to do no editing. There's no Bacho yelling and screaming.
Why is that?
Right, we can fuck this up, motherfucker.
Yeah, there's no fucking swearing. You're right. You know?
Now.
I don't care. I'm going to put this part on. See, we're kidding around with Bacho. He'll throw it in like,
yeah.
You know, the sky is blue.
Hey, wait a minute. How's Bacho doing?
Well, Bacho really has a lot of issues. His back broke his tooth.
No, but I mean, it really bothered me to see him like that. Because I'm so used to seeing. No, I'm used to seeing him having so much.
Yeah, well, He was. When he was in the hospital, he was 70 fucking pounds.
Ugh.
And now he's almost back to normal. But you know what? His legs are going. His back is screwed up. His cataracts, his eyes. He has nobody to take care of him. And
Welcome to the club.
I know. No, but you know what? And then you're gonna love this. He has millions of records in the house. He's got millions of them. They're all over the place. And he has most of them up on the second floor. He has a lot down there. He's downstairs with his maid that the government gives him to help him out. And all of a sudden he looks up at the ceiling and he sees water. The pipes up on the second floor burst. A foot of water upstairs.
Bill ran on my parade, huh?
And wait a minute. And then the ceiling caved in. Yep.
On his records.
Yes. He just finished the plastering yesterday.
Did any of his shit get ruined?
No, I mean, not really. Dust. He cleaned off everything, and now he's just drying everything out, and he needs new covers and all of that stuff.
Ugh.
But if you saw his house before, me and Joe Sal and Richie Candino went over there to fix half of it. You could not walk unless you hit a box of records. Yeah. He must have at least 60, 70,000 albums in his house. Minimum. And I keep telling him, next time you're going to play, you're going to bring them all with you. You're going to carry the boxes with you. How are you going to do this? I'll get it done. No, but you know what? God.
He came down, the last gig I did with him, he came down with like this many in a box, like an hour's worth of playing, maybe a little more than an hour. He brought in a little box.
Yeah, but that's all you need.
I said, are they for like beginning set or metal set or how tonight? He just said, listen, I'm playing next. I could just pick any record out of here, anyone. And this one, he picked the one right down here. Zoom, this one I'm playing, bang. And he played it. He said, the next record, zoom, pick this one out, next one. I was like, oh boy.
No. See, I would never go with that little bit of records. I have to bring a little bit more than that. I have to bring a little bit more than 50 records.
No, but there were 4 of us spinning, so.
I mean, you didn't have one of these. You didn't have one of these.
Tony Smith.
You didn't have one of these handy.
No, listen to me, Jay. Bacho does not use that. But I'm going to tell you one thing, and it's true. And I listen to my MP3s, my WAV files, and I listen. And I know, but I listen to MP3s and WAV. Want to see the difference, and then I listen to vinyl. Vinyl is so much better.
Of course.
I mean, there's a presence in vinyl that you don't get with the other stuff.
If recorded right, yeah, all the time.
Is that true, Mr. Moulton?
I don't know. I get a pretty good sound. Wouldn't you agree, Jay?
Yeah. I like vinyl. I like digital.
But I
don't think one's better than the other.
No, but I try to make my stuff sound digital, the warmth of digital. I really make. I mean, it's the warmth of analog. It really is, because that's the only way I know how things sound. That's the only way I know how to do it.
analog.
Sometimes you
No,
go
but-
through a streak where everything is sounding ultra digital, and then you get into your warm feeling time. The sounds really good, really good.
Jay, I'm not a machine. We all have our ups and downs.
No. You got
We
sometimes
all
you
have
get-
our. I know.
You have our moments.
Tom sends me a mix.
I had those. Right?
Look, Tony. Tom sends me a mix, and I said, Tom, I said, you think you can warm it up? No problem.
Problem.
15 minutes later, it just does one thing, tick tick, and it's there. He knows exactly what he's doing on there.
That's on the program.
It's called
You know,
mixing.
It's called what?
Mixing.
Yeah, mixing. Okay. It's called having the right. It's called having the right software to mix. If you don't have the software, you're not gonna mix.
No, it's got to have the right ears to do it.
Oh, you don't need the software?
Well, I don't know. I don't use much software.
Do you use any software?
Little, of course.
So, but without the software, you can't add to a song. Correct?
Well, you can.
Yeah, what he's
still
saying
add.
is he knows how to use the software.
Oh, I understand, but he still needs the software. You need software.
He knows how to use the software beyond the directions that come with it. He tries to put what he knew from working in the studio to get the same
Sound.
effect as the room. Yeah. These
Yeah,
DJs
that's
now
it.
they're just muting things up and down, you know.
See, I have two plugins, which gives me the room sound of Studio A.
Uh-huh.
So especially when I work on strings, I want it to sound like it's
Well,
Philadelphia.
how did you get that? How did you get that sound?
How? I had J. Mark and Peter Humphreys come up here and help me with it.
Oh, all right.
Because I explained what I wanted. I wanted the sound of Studio A, and I wanted the reverb of the room, and that's how I got it. And I had those two guys help me with it.
But how did they do it with the what software?
Because they worked there for years. They worked there. But remember, I wasn't an engineer. They are.
You know, you're starting to get really nasty.
I'm getting as nasty as your questions are.
Questions are very nice to you. I'm being very nice to you. I'm saying
Yeah,
you look
you
good.
fucking guys know shit. You know, that's a good thing. Yeah,
You know what?
That's a compliment. You guys know shit. You and Jay don't know what the fuck's going on.
You know, Botch, you sound much better, Botch. You look a little better too now, Botch.
Thank you for listening. Have a very happy New Year. Bless you all.
I would